Hey, what's going on? This is Ron, and welcome to MenchacaChannel, where inspiration, motivation, and kingdom principles is what we do. In this video, we're going to be talking about the 4 phases of a life cycle. Now, be honest with me. Have you ever wondered how come bad things happen over and over again in your life, and you can't figure out why? Well, you may be stuck in one of these 4 phases of a life cycle. And that's what we're going to talk about today in MenchacaChannel. So let's break it down, because I'm ready. You're ready. Let's do this thing. All right, before we begin this awesome content today, can I just appreciate every single one of you who are supporting MenchacaChannel through subscriptions, through likes, through sharing the videos, and ringing that bell so you can get another episode of MenchacaChannel. Because as we progress here at MenchacaChannel, all we want to offer you is inspiration, motivation, and kingdom principles. Now, we need all the support we can get, so help a brother out. I'm telling you, it's gonna be good so that we can continue to do what we do. So having said that, let me let you know that in this life that we're living, we're gonna go through some stuff. We're gonna go through some mess. And guess what? Not all the things that we go through are gonna go our way. And it raises the question, why? Well, we got some good news, but this information, it might cut you a bit. It might make you a little bit uncomfortable. So fasten that seatbelt and enjoy the ride. So what is it that causes division, that causes chaos, destruction in our lives? Why do we go through the things that we go through? It seems like things are getting worse and worse instead of better and better every single day that we live. And here's the deal. When things go wrong, it causes us to have bitterness. It causes our attitude to change, and we become nasty, grumpy, bitter people. So to help us out today, let us focus on 4 phases of a repetitive life cycle that we all experience. Number 1, rebellion. Now, this phase is the beginning of our issues of life. You see, the world that we live in, it promotes rebellion. People don't want to listen to authorities. I'm thinking of those kids and the teenagers that just go against authority and the cops and all that, and they just don't want to be told what to do. People want to be a god of their own life. They want to do things their way. As a matter of fact, when all is well and you have a job with some money coming in, your refrigerator is full of food, you got gas in the car, and I'm telling you, everything's good, the mortgage is paid off. Let me say something very interesting to you. When that happens to you, people are known to drop their guard. People don't work as hard as they usually do when things are going good. As a matter of fact, check this out. Peacetime brings a better chance of rebellion than wartime. What do you mean? Well, I'm telling you, here in the United States, with everything destructing from the inside out and everything going chaotic in the world, can I say that if we had a war going on from another country, another place, you know what? All that stuff would stop. And we would focus all our attention on fighting that war. That's why I say that peacetime brings a better chance of rebellion than wartime. The same thing happens in your life. When all is well, your guards drop. Number 2, repression. Repression always follows rebellion. People cause their own misery by their poor decisions. We are the sum total of the decisions we make. You're exactly where you're at in your life because of the decisions that you made. And here's the truth. In phase 2 of repression in this life cycle, payment is owed for rebellion. You have to pay the price now. It's cause and effect. Here in this phase, we're victims to pain, fear, bitterness, confusion, lack of wisdom. And I would encourage each and every one of you, do not make a home in repression. Don't live that bitter life. Honestly, I don't know if you've ever been around a person that's experiencing pain in their life or fear, bitterness, confusion, or lack of wisdom, they're not the most pleasant people to be around. And more than likely, the wisdom that you want to share with them, the knowledge you want to share with them, is ignored and is not received well. So you've gone through rebellion and you've turned away to what's right, and now you're paying the price through repression of what the rebellion caused. Now what do? How do you get out of that? What is the next step? How can you stop that vicious life cycle of repression in your life, of living in bitterness, of hating everything and everyone? Here it is. You have to reason, and you have to say to yourself and decide that enough is enough, that you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, and you want things to change for your life. I'm telling you, when this happens and you decide that you no longer want to have that bitterness, confusion, pain, and fear and lack of wisdom in your life, you're going to make that decision and you graduate to phase 3 of this life cycle. Number 3, repentance. Because of the pain, the suffering, and the lack of wisdom and everything, being uncomfortable and all that, it pushes you towards repentance. This is the place where individuals begin to refocus, they analyze their situation, they purify their motives and behaviors, and start to realize that, man, I sure did mess this thing up, but I'm the only one that can get me out of this stuff. So rebellion turns you from logic, reasoning, and what is right. Repression, man, that's where you endure hardship. Repentance is when you, can I just repeat that? When you decide to return to what is right. Once you've gone through rebellion, through repression, and repentance, there's only one phase left, and that is an awesome phase to be in. Number 4, restoration. When you begin to analyze your life, when you begin to get a checklist going of what went wrong, when you begin to purify your life and do that, it leads to restoration. And guess what the result of that is? Peace returns to your life instead of chaos, destruction, and lack of wisdom. If you're blessed to get to restoration in your life and you start to restore everything that went wrong in your life, guess what? You have completed the vicious life cycle that I talk about today. Do everything in your power to stay there and not go back into rebellion, because the vicious cycle will start over. Yeah, I know what you're asking. Hey, Menchaca channel, so I've reached restoration. How do I not go back into this vicious life cycle again? You know what? I'm glad you asked. You're gonna have to renew your perspectives. You're gonna have to see yourself the way God sees you, not the way you see yourself, because that didn't work for you before. The next thing you're gonna have to do is release your past. Let go of old patterns in your life. That's what kept you in the life cycle. And the third and final thing you have to do is remember your purpose. Get to busy and embrace your gifting, and you'll gain power to succeed. Hey man, I'm telling you, it's not over for you. You can get out of that vicious life cycle of rebellion, of repression, of repentance and restoration, and live a fruitful life. Now, if I can do it, you sure can do it. Embrace your gifting. You have greatness on the inside of you. That's where Menchaca channel came from. I have to get it out. All those mentors and teachers and everybody who's poured into my life, I'm not gonna keep it and put it under a bed or something. No. I'm gonna share it with the world. That's why I'm saying that we are inspiring, we're motivating, and we're bringing you kingdom principles, because that's the gifting that I have on the inside of me, and I wanna share it with you. So in this episode, we've shared with you the 4 phases of a life cycle. So I want you to soak that in, and it doesn't matter where you're at, there's a way out. Hey, thanks for watching this episode of Menchaca channel, where inspiration, motivation, and kingdom principles is what we do. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, to share, and ring that bell so you can get another episode of Menchaca Channel. Until next time.